Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be going through a handful of tips I've found and learned in my time playing to be incredibly helpful, especially the last one, which was a total game changer for me. So be sure to stick around till the end. Let's not waste any time though and just get right into things. The first tip we have is to always be using your skill books that you're collecting. There's different tiers of skill books that you're able to use at different levels of your skills. They can offer substantial bonuses once you get that skill level high enough as well, and it all eventually stacks with each other. Another really cool thing that you can do with these skill books is that you can have all of your workers read them, and you don't have to be next to them or anything. You can remotely have them start reading that book. So I have a laborer book in my inventory, and now they're reading it. I've got a bunch of other ones as well, and I can just click on any one of them and head over to attributes, click the little plus next to them, and then they'll start reading that book, and then whichever respective attribute will increase, improving their overall capabilities as a worker and a companion. The next tip we're going to be looking at is the top up function. So pretty much any crafting workbench facility that you have, there you are able to queue anything that you like. And you'll notice that you have a stock of whatever is in that settlement that you have. So if you want to have 15 bandages on hand at all times, just in case things happen, all you have to do is queue that bandage up to like the top up, set it to 15, and as long as you have enough resources, that will be prioritized by the next worker to get that crafted for you. And once that target amount is reached, it'll stop production of it, but that way you'll always have at least whatever number you put on hand. Coming in number 3, you have the food min-maxing tip. So essentially what that is, as you know, you have 3 different food slots that you're able to consume. And some people notice this, but not everybody, is that only one of your food slots deteriorates over time. So if you get a really spammable food, such as mushroom or smoked mushroom, that you can get into your first slot, you can save very large items, like this piece of large smoked meat, consume that, and it'll never deteriorate or degrade, so long as you keep that first mushroom slot satiated. The importance of that is because some food types offer XP buffs, so sometimes they're hard to come across, such as cranberries in my playthrough. So if you can manage to put that food at the end of your slots and keep that first slot completely full, then you'll never have to worry about getting another cranberry, so long as you can keep up with it. The next tip we have is firing villagers and getting the renown back that you spent on them.
I'm sorry, you're fired.
You might really want to save up for a worker that has really good stat or profession, but you're not sure if you want to spend that kind of renown on them. Take this beggar, for instance. They're not the best, but I wanted a free hand to, help with some of the earlier tasks early game. Well, I have the option to expel this particular worker and get back 1400 renown from getting rid of them. Now, I only spent 230 renown on them because they were like my second follower. So now that I've progressed a bit, I can pretty much salvage that worker and spend it on somebody a little bit more proficient. So don't worry about looking for the best worker up front. This next tip is probably the most important tip, and that tip has to deal with feeding your companions. So if you're trying to go and raid a bandit hideout, or you're trying to liberate a town and everybody's complaining of hunger, you can tell them to eat food from anywhere. For instance, if I'm out in the wild here, I can command them to go and eat these berries. And they will pick clean this area of berries. Then from this army screen, you can see that they have actually started consuming said berries and even stocked up on some of them in their inventories. Another way that you can feed all of your companions is right before going to liberate a village or going to clear out a bandit encampment. You can order them to take things from the warehouse. Now, you may have to give the order a couple times here, that way they're all getting to the front and able to pick up some of the food. Now, I gave that order at least 4 times, and I noticed each time they went, it got a little congested here. And the one follower was unable to get food. But for the most part, you'll see some success with doing this method. If you're playing with a friend, maybe you can take half of them and they can take half, and then you can alternate who goes. That way, everybody gets a turn right at the warehouse. As we're nearing some of our final tips, I have some shotgun ones that I want to throw out for you, such as running on roads uses less stamina than if you were running in the grass. You can kind of see that noticeable change there. Additionally, if you hit that H key, it'll start auto-walking for you. So if you have to walk halfway across the map and need to go for a quick bathroom break, by all means. Now, I played RimWorld, so I had this completely reversed, but priority numbers. Number 1 sets that as the most important task to be completed, while setting it at 9 will make that at the very bottom of the list. And some facilities allow you to have certain items being gathered or crafted as a lower priority than others. Another useful tip is building your base near water early on can help with gathering reeds, as reeds are incredibly important for a lot of clothy arrow type things that you'll need crafted. So trying to be as close to that as possible will be ideal early on. Alright guys, so the last most important tip for your time in Bellwright is to not rush. Now if you look in the corner, I have the time has come, Harndarn, and basically I talked to the elder and I can start the liberation for this town. I don't have the troops for that. I don't have the equipment for that. I've been sitting on that quest since day 30 and I'm only on day 38. And I plan to stay like this at least until day 60 while I build up. Instead, focus on enjoying the building aspect of things, gearing all your guys up. That way, once everybody is beyond ready for any combat that might ensue, when you go to liberate that first village, ideally you won't struggle and have to reload it 30 plus times like I did. That comes into play even more so when they start sending brigands to try and reclaim the town. And over time, the more towns you liberate, the better equipment the brigands will have, and even more numbers. But hey, if you learned something from this video you didn't already know, punch that like button. Even if you knew it, if you think others will find it helpful, hit the like button anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody, and good luck liberating. Hail Hydra.